another view from the van with Paul from Magpie 24/7. Driving strong opinions on everything Newcastle United. Magpie 24/7. By fans, for fans.
How's everybody doing? It is Paul from Magpie 24/7, out and about with another view from the van, but this time with an international twist. Yes, it's the delayed Euro 2020 championships taking place this summer, and yeah, it's probably perfect timing because it takes away and distracts from the circus back at Newcastle United. No kits announced, no announcements made about players who are out of contract, what's happening with them. Nothing like that, no communication at all by the club, which is absolutely disgusting, but it's what we come to expect of Newcastle United. Obviously, the first of the two legal cases began yesterday with the deadline passing for the Premier League to respond to the extension that they got. So that's all rumbling away in the background, but yeah, we don't know who we're signing, who we're not signing. Who our manager potentially could be, what our budgets could be, what our kit is, or anything else like that, because Newcastle United, as ever, is in flux. So let's have a look instead towards the Euros, and let's see what Gareth Southgate can do with one of the most gifted squads and selection choices that any England manager has had in a very, very, very long time. So yeah, let's get into it. Lead up to the tournament, two very much concerning, maybe alarming, definitely boring warm-up games up at the Riverside Stadium in Middlesbrough. Of all the places to go for your preparation, Middlesbrough. Oh, it's almost as if Gareth Southgate's biased, isn't it? Nah, but you know. Yeah, so England played in two friendlies at the Riverside, and to be honest, I've heard of people dropping asleep, people getting up to go and do jobs around the house. It was that bad and that boring, but you know, at the end of the day, I know they weren't fantastic, but I remember Euro 96 being very, very similar to this, in that the lead up and the build up wasn't fantastic, but we had a great tournament. So who knows, hopefully he's got it right on the squad. Hopefully we don't get too many injuries, and hopefully Jordan Pickford doesn't throw a few goals in or stand behind the fucking line with the ball. Who knows? But yeah, England starting tomorrow, 2 o'clock against Croatia. It's a huge game in the group. Win it, and you've got to be pretty confident about topping the group. Lose it or don't get a victory, and it puts huge pressure on what is a derby match really against Scotland next time out on Friday. So I hope Southgate goes for it. I would like him to play an attacking, formation that utilises the likes of Jack Grealish, Foden, and the likes of those sorts of players. But I do think he will trust the players that brought him to the dance, his blue chip brigade. Maguire's been back in training. That's been across all the newspapers and stuff recently, so I do think there's a decent chance of him starting. I've said before on some of the podcasts, I personally think that he's got the blend a little bit wrong. I think he had too many right backs, too many tricky wide players selected in the squad, and not enough balls and metal and bottle in the middle of the park, in the midfield area, because that is where football matches for me are won and lost. Control the middle of the park, dictate the play, keep hold of it, get the ball back, all of those good things, and you're going to win football matches. That's why Newcastle have struggled, because we up until probably Joe Willock coming in, we didn't have the combinations that we needed in the middle to be able to dictate a game, and that's why we used to rely on so much of Bruce's luck from his Hartley's factory. So for me, I do think that the blend and the balance of the squad is a little bit wrong, but he's gone for what he's gone for, and if I was going to go for what I think the team may well be, it's going to be wee arms in goal. It's got to be I know he can't touch the fucking crossbar. I know he likes to throw a couple in, but I think he will trust Jordan Pickford. And I say that through gritted teeth. I really, really do, because personally, I haven't obviously got much time for him. He's a Mackem. He's a wind-up merchant. He doesn't like Geordies. I don't particularly like him, but he's certainly going to be England's number one going into the tournament. In front of him, we'll play obviously like a wing-back system, 3 at the back with 2 wing-backs. Obviously Graham Jones will have his fingerprints probably all over it, you would imagine. If Maguire is fit enough, then I think he starts and he plays in that middle. I think one side of him is going to be Walker, the other side Stones. That should be decent enough to do, to do the job. Walker's more than capable of playing there in that 3, no problems, no issues there. On the wing backs either side, Kieran Trippier, I'd imagine he would get the nod. He's it was a bold move what he did career-wise, wasn't it, going to Spain? But I think it's added strings to his bow. I think he's developed a lot as as a footballer, and importantly, he's got used to going there, and he's won something. He's got his hands on silverware, and that's difficult to do. And yeah, all credit to him, because it's not easy with the cultures and the language and all like that. But he's gone there, he's done it, he's played well, he's got his hands on a trophy, and he's going to surely be walking like like a Vince McMahon walking to the ring or something like that. He's going to literally have a stride and a stride in his step and a spring in his step, isn't he? So that on one side. On the other side, Luke Shaw, I think he'll be on the left hand side, moving into midfield. This is where I think we were a little bit light, and it's going to have to be another Mackem in there, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, I think despite the issues with fitness and just coming back and all that sort of thing, he's a Liverpool captain. He's used to winning things. He's won the Champions League, this, that and the other. So he's got the experience of winning, and sometimes you need that experience of being a winner to get you over the finish line. So that could prove crucial and vital for England's chances. As much as it pains me to say, again, Mackem connections and all that sort of thing. But yeah, Jordan Henderson in the middle, and you'd imagine that would be with Mount, who's had a meteoric rise. But again, we're talking about winners, people who have won big trophies, they know what it's like. So yeah, I think you'd put Mount in there beside him. Going ahead after that, Harry Kane obviously picks himself. He's got to be a contender for Golden Boot. He's got to be in the consideration and the talk around that. Definitely, as long as England progress through to a sensible stage of the competition at least, Harry Kane will be a contender for Golden Boot. Either side, now this is where it gets tricky, because I would personally go for Foden, and I'd go for Grealish, and I'd go for it, and I'd pick as much form players as I can. But Gareth Southgate, I think, will trust the blue chip brigade who got him to the dance, and in doing so, I think he could well pick Sterling and Rashford, and that's going to give you some fantastic options off the bench, obviously. But maybe that will frustrate some of the England support. I don't know. Is he keeping them back for other matches? I don't know. Rotation is obviously going to be key. We're playing Sunday, we're playing Friday. The games come thick and fast, and if you want to get balls deep in the competition, you know what I mean, you're going to have to rely on the squad, because there's no way that the same players can keep going and going and going, especially after the season that they've had, where they've, some of them have been playing 3-4 matches a week in, week out. It's not an easy thing to be able to do, but I'm not saying it is for a second. So that's what I think he will go for. I would make a few tweaks personally, as I've touched on. I think you've got Foden and Grealish. I think you're stupid to not trying to fit them into the system somewhere. I think Grealish in particular has looked decent, even in the warm-up, his contributions that he's had. I think you'll win lots of free kicks, because I think opposition like to kick lumps out of him. Croatia are no mugs. This is going to be a big game. There's no easy ride, it seems, in this European Championship. But let's get the win. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be close. I've got a feeling it could be like a 2-1 or 1-1 or something like that. I'm going to go for a 2-1 England win. Harry Kane is going to be scoring, because again he's going to be eyeing his own personal little battles and stuff, isn't he? So he's going to be thinking, yeah, I want a piece of the golden boot action. So you'll want to start on a very, very positive footing. Hopefully we can get it done. We can use home advantage and get the victory. And yeah, it takes a little bit of pressure going off into the Scotland game, because they will be absolutely up for it, rightfully so. And of course we expect to see Ryan Fraser all over the game, because that's what Ryan Fraser likes to do. He likes to get fit for Scotland and perform for Scotland, but then when he comes back to Newcastle, he does absolutely fuck all. Useless for Newcastle last season. Hopefully he'll have a big season for Newcastle next campaign, which we touched upon because we did last night. Me and Carl did 3.5-4 hours worth of recording for Magpie 24/7. We've looked at keep and sell, scoring the players on the season, and Brucey as well. I'll let you just see good Brucey. He doesn't score that high. But yeah, there's lots to come out of Magpie 24/7 over the coming days and weeks ahead. So we'll be cutting all those videos up. Kyle is working his magic with them now, editing them all up, getting them looking spot on. They'll be out onto the page, and obviously all the socials for Magpie 24/7, which is also coming to the Toon Radio station shortly. I put a link on the Facebook page today. They're making progress with setting that up. It's going to be a brand new radio station, for those who don't know, covering Newcastle, Gateshead, the North East, totally Newcastle centric, by people from Newcastle, for people in Newcastle, and obviously very much heavily focused on Newcastle United in there. So that's launching very, very shortly. In the podcasts that we produce, they are going to be going out on the radio show as well. So very much looking forward to that. Looking forward to the shows, seeing how they look when they come out very, very shortly on our YouTube channel, which we have launched now. So please, if you can do, check us out on YouTube, subscribe, like the videos, comment. It really does mean a lot. We put a lot into it, and yeah, looking forward to seeing where we go with it. With regards to the England game, obviously after the game, Carl will be doing a video looking back at the England performance, analysing that a little bit as well. If anything breaks with regards to the takeover, we'll bring you that also. And then we've got the specials coming up shortly, the keeping stars and all the other good stuff I was just on about before. So I think that's all the housekeeping done. Looking forward to the game. Nice to see all the flags out, the bunting out on buildings, the flags out on the vans, like on this one, the flags out on all the cars. Fantastic to be able to see. Everybody getting behind Gareth Southgate and giving him every opportunity to succeed, and hopefully he does do that, and hopefully he delivers a European Championship for England and give the country something really, really to shout about and be happy about, and yeah, to sort of distract us from the shite that has gone on with everything to do with COVID and the struggles and the sacrifices and stuff. Provide some entertainment for the country. So good luck for Gareth Southgate, and well, more importantly, the Gateshead Guardiola, no less. Hopefully England start as they mean to go on. They get the victory against Croatia, 14th placed in the world at the moment, despite being World Cup finalists. It's going to be difficult. They've got lots and lots of cracking players, but yeah, we are capable of having a positive start, and let's hope it is a great summer of sport. Appreciate you listening. Take care, keep it tuned, and I'll speak to you later.